What up, everybody? What up? So, I didn't really have a video planned today, but I just kind of want to vent to the camera because I don't know, man. I'm just kind of pissed off, and I just don't really know. I don't know what this world is anymore. I don't know what my life is and what it's gonna be, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know my purpose, you know. I don't even know what I want half the time. That was my sister and her fiance. But I don't even know if they saw me because I got tinted windows. But yeah, I just wonder, man, if I'm just gonna be single forever, you know. And I'm sure some people are happy about that. They might celebrate that and laugh and all that, and that's all good and fine. But you know, I just can't seem to find anybody that gets me, you know. I just feel like such an outcast in this society. And it's like I can't find a girl that I like that likes me, you know. And or at least one that lives relatively close, you know. One that, you know, a lot of times online I'll talk to people that live across the country or just very far away, and I just I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm not saying we got lied to, you know, but I just feel like the world we once thought it was gonna be, you know, when we were kids, we thought we'd all do it the right way. We'd all thought we'd get married and have kids and be a big happy family, you know, and live for something, you know, give back. And it's it just seems like everyone wants to live for themselves nowadays, and nobody wants to you know, sacrifice or compromise. And I'm the same way. Sometimes I don't want to compromise at all, and I'll catch myself, but haven't really found anybody worth compromising for yet, to be honest. And you know, maybe that'll come eventually. Everyone says oh, you just got to find the one. You just got to find the one. One day, pray about it. And I do pray about it and stuff, but I just feel and I trust God's timing. I don't trust my own. But it's tricky, you know. It's a tricky subject because everybody will also say oh, it happens when you least expect it, or stop looking and then it'll come to you. That's not true as a guy. As a guy, we gotta go out there and, you know, shoot our shot. We gotta get rejected. We gotta do this, that. We gotta get our fucking heart shattered on the daily. If you're a woman, yeah, just wait. Sit back and wait, you know. I'm sure if you're halfway decent looking, you know, the right guy will hit you up and shoot a shot eventually. And then it's up to you, you know, you get to pick. But as a guy, that ain't true at all, man. We gotta go put ourselves out there and risk getting rejected. And I get rejected every day. I get my heart literally shattered every fucking day, man. And I'm not complaining. I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but it just is what it is. It's being a man in society nowadays is a lot harder. It just is, you know. But I say all this to say I don't know if it's ever gonna change, you know. I just don't, because being single it's good, it's okay. I've been in toxic relationships before, and I don't ever want to go back to that again. I'd much rather be single than go back to that. But I'd much rather have the right partner than be single. You know what I mean? And I just wonder sometimes, man, does God, maybe my future wife, maybe he's working on her too currently? Because I'm sure he's working on me. I still have a lot to improve on, but maybe he's working on her too, and it's not the right time for her either, you know? I think sometimes we are very hard on ourselves, and It might not all be you. It could be the other person too. Like maybe they need to become who they're supposed to be before you two can meet each other. But I keep wanting to believe that, man, and that's what faith is all about. You know, believing what you can't see. But it's like, at the same time, I am human, and doubt is an emotion that humans have, and I just, man, I hate to say it, but like I do have my doubts, you know, and I just don't know if it's ever gonna get better, you know. I don't know. I just I go to the gym, I go to work, I hang out with family, and it seems like that takes up all my damn time. Like there's no time to do anything, you know. People's always like, oh well, volunteer, go to a club, join a hobby. There's just like not much to do around here but get drunk at the bars, and I don't even go to bars. So it's like, so that's kind of a no-go for me. And it just seems like a lot of girls my age that's kind of what they're doing, is going to bars, or maybe some of them are still in college, I don't know. And it's just like, damn, you know, I don't know where to find like a good wife anymore, man. I don't. People will say church, but a lot of the churches I go to, there's just older people, and I just don't know where all the women are in my generation. I just really don't. Maybe it's the area I live in, and that's another, you know, topic. Like, I looked into moving, and me being on my own, you know, with this economy, I mean, I'm barely making ends meet where I live now, and it's like one of the cheapest places to live out there. I looked at moving to like some nicer places, and there's no chance like I would be able to financially make it. And so I just kind of feel stuck, and I feel like there's no way out, or there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Like I don't see when it gets better, you know. And it does suck because, man, I've always wanted to be a dad, and I see some people like have kids, and sometimes it feels like the wrong adults are having the kids, you know, and like the good ones just aren't. And some will say, like, some will like critique people on that, like, oh well, they need to have children and they need to this and that. It's not that easy, bro. Like, trust me, like we're out here trying, but I almost just feel like there's so many unrealistic expectations out there for both sides, you know, men and women. With social media and dating apps, we all have unlimited options. We all have this picture perfect image of what our partner should look like. You know, maybe we've seen it online or TV or something, and then we just think that that's reality. And it's like, so we're all alone because we're chasing like perfection, and it just simply doesn't exist, you know. And I don't feel like I'm doing that. I see a lot more women doing that than anything. Like, no offense, but like on these dating apps, and you know, even certain women I've talked to, not all of them, but some, they've just gone on about how their standards are so high, and these women are like a 3 out of 10, you know, like they're obese, they have piercings everywhere, tattoos, trauma, and they have a horrible attitude, but they have crazy standards. Like, they want to get with like a professional athlete or like a 6-foot guy that makes 6 figures, and it's like, no, you should be going for another guy that's obese and like on your level, you know. And I'm not saying I'm a fucking like what's that award, like the fucking sexiest man alive. I ain't saying I'm that at all, but what I'm saying is, like, I feel like I should be able to find a woman that fits into my lifestyle, you know, that goes to the gym, meal preps, you know, works out, you know, is a Christian, you know, goes to church, family oriented, wants to have children. Like, it's crazy how that seems to be like I'm asking for too much nowadays, you know? And I've gotten slandered for just wanting that, you know? I could literally want a girl who's sweet, feminine, supportive, wants to be a mother, you know, is in shape, takes care of her health, you know, mentally and physically. I get slandered for wanting that, but like if you hear a woman who's like a 3 out of 10 talk about how she wants a guy that has to be funny, confident, charming, 6 feet, makes 6 figures, it's like everyone says, oh, you go, girl, never settle. And it's just, we're in this dilemma, you know, like if you're not a 9 or a 10 out of 10 as a guy, you're just stuck, you know. And then so we got these guys that are like 6s, 7s, and 8s, and we can't get any girls at all because all of them, literally the 1 out of 10s and up, are going for the 9 or 10s as guys, you know. It's crazy. Like I've seen these videos on YouTube where these guys go to like college campuses and interview girls, and this girl is like not attractive like at all, guys, like at all. And she was talking about how like she, I don't know, anyways, they're like showing these like guys on like Tinder or something, like would you swipe right, would you swipe left. These girls, and I'm not like, no homo, right, but a lot of these guys were like in shape, looked like they made decent money. And these girls were saying no. Like, I think they did like 20 swipes for each girl. And literally, I think one girl picked like 3 guys out of 20. The rest were like 1 out of 20. And these were like average looking guys. And these girls were not average looking. They were not average at all. And it's just like, damn, you know, like, and there's already more women than men on the planet. So it's like, you legit have to be a fucking celebrity to get a good woman. And then even at that point, like, she probably only wants you for your money. I mean, so then how do you know if she really loves you or not? So it's just like, it's really like crazy, man, like how it is now. You know, people will say like, well, get off the apps then. You're not going to meet a good girl on the apps. Like, blah, 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 this, that. Like, okay, so that means I got to approach her in person, right? Which I've done. And then when I get rejected a lot, you know, especially like I live in an area where it's like, it's not like a big city, right? So then like word might go around, or like somebody already knows you because maybe you dated her friend's friend, and so they think you're weird, and they're like, oh, and then they want to use your name, like, oh, well, so and so approached me. Oh, really? And then they try to like expose you, and then start rumors, and it's just like, damn, you know, you just really can't win. And so I don't know, man. I think I just don't know, because that's the thing too. I like don't even want to approach girls in person anymore. I really don't, because I see so many guys online just getting fucking blasted, you know, getting labeled as a creep because he came up and said hi, or like he just glanced at a girl walking by. Just glanced. Like, sorry, we have eyes. I mean, it's not like we're staring or like following you to your car. Like, that's totally different. But like, that happens, but it doesn't happen as often as you think. That's just what gets put online. So we think that's the normal, but it's not. I mean, but yes, it does happen. I'll give you that. But yeah, man. So it's like, if online dating don't seem to work, because, you know, I think like 80% of the users are men anyways. So your profile is not going to be seen. And a lot of times you get a match and you text a girl, she don't text back anyways, because like, it's just a game to them. They don't really take it too serious. They just use it to kind of boost their ego if they're depressed. Like, oh, look at me, I got all these guys hitting me up, now I feel better. A lot of them use it for that, you know. Some of them are looking for something real, but when you talk to a lot of them, I'll be like, hey, like, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm just on here for fun, or I'm just fucking around. It's like, what? Then get off. Like, why are people like that on the apps? Like, you're the ones that's ruining it. You're not supposed to be like, go fuck off, you know? Like, go see a therapist if you have self-esteem issues. Like, you know, it's just crazy. And then, like, so if that's not working, then you got to approach in person, but none of us know how to talk to each other anymore, and everything's just creepy and weird. I just don't know how you win. I really don't. You know, because back then, like, people used to, like, introduce each other in, like, a friend group. It'd be like, hey, like, we'll come to this party, like, or you might like my friend. But now it's like you try to do that, like, oh no, that's weird, or this and that. Like, I just, bro, like, what? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like unless you, like, go to, maybe if you go to school together or something and you meet young, that's about your best chance. Because it's also hard to fucking want to even talk to anyone at work, because you see how that goes. You get fired, and HR is mostly women, and they're always going to believe her, and you could literally just come up and say hi to a woman at work, and then she could get you fired, you know? It's just like, so I don't know. I'm just, I'm just ranting, you know, that's all. Ranting in the dark, that is. At the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll work out. I'm not banking on it, really. I'm just starting to think I'm going to be single forever and not really get to be a dad and be a husband and give back to the world. But I don't know, man. It's kind of tough, but it is what it is. I mean, loneliness does kind of wear on you after a while, but I just try to do what's right and, you know, focus on what I can control, and I guess just trust God and just give the rest to him. But I'm human. It's hard. It sucks. And yeah, so I don't know. But if you guys have any answers or suggestions or ideas, I mean, drop a comment below. Because I'll try to ask, like, female friends or even, like, my sisters, you know, like, oh, why don't you, like, talk to her, and, you know, or, like, try to. But nobody wants to help. Nobody wants to help out, you know? Nobody wants to be a wingman anymore and be like, oh, I got a friend, like, yeah, let me ask her. Or it's like they don't want to, it's like their ego. They won't, like, they're afraid to, like, I don't even know, man. I don't know. If I had a girl come up to me and be like, hey, like, is that your friend over there? Like, he's cute. Like, bro, I would fucking hook her up so fast. I would, and I would, like, be a good wingman. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, I got you. But, like, fuck, as a guy trying to do that with women, it just doesn't seem to work. So I don't know. I think we're all cooked, man. If you look at the single rates, I mean, gosh, they're going up every year. I mean, by 2030, it's projected to be even higher. So I just feel like we're all going to be single, and just we're all going to have AI girlfriends and boyfriends, and we're all going to, you know, we're not going to have kids anymore and be in relationships anymore, and everyone just wants to live for themselves and me, and yeah, I just feel like we're just cooked as a society. But I don't know. There's a reason why good things are valuable, because they're rare. And so I know the thing I'm looking for is probably out there. It's just damn near impossible to find, you know. But yeah, the days are long and lonely, and it gets heavy sometimes. Sometimes it's peaceful, you know, like being alone, for sure. It can be nice, but after a while, you're just like, damn, like, is this it? Or, like, is there more? I mean, so I just don't, yeah, I don't know, man. Not really the video I had planned. It's already gone way too long, but just kind of wanted to get on here and be honest with you guys, you know, and so you can see the highs and the lows. Like, I just hit that squat PR 2 days ago, and I was on top of the world, and then 2 days later, here I am, depressed and lonely, and I just feel like it's never going to work out, and that's real. Like, one thing about me is I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have it all figured out and my shit's fully together and I have all the answers for you guys. Like, I don't. I don't. I'm just a young man just trying to find his way through this world and you know, make it a better place than I found it when I leave, and just try to find a like-minded individual that I'm attracted to and I can build with, but that just seems very hard nowadays. So, and I feel like it's only going to get worse too. Like, it seems to be these younger girls are just getting crazier and crazier and crazier, and so it's like, and some people will tell me to date older women, but then 90% of them have kids already, and I'm trying to like start my family, and then yeah, I don't know. I like women my age or like slightly younger, but everybody's having kids already and everybody's just ahead of the game, and I feel like I'm just kind of stuck in no man's land. It's like, and I'm at that weird age. Like, I'm 24, I turn 25 next month, and I don't have all the answers, so I don't know if it's ever going to get better or not. It just seemed like back then, like, we saw our parents growing up and they got together young, and you got married, you had a family, and it was a beautiful thing. And like, but now it's, oh man, everyone's just like, how can I be happy? Like, let me go get drunk this weekend. And I don't know. I think women, like, I think a lot of it too is they think they just have like unlimited time and they're going to be young forever. But I just, like, if I'm like, by the time, I'm like 28 or 30, and then a girl that's also 28 and 30 and they're ready to settle down by then, like, I'm not going to want you, man. I'm not going to want you anymore. If that whole time in your 20s, you were just partying and just getting drunk and ran through all the time, like, I'm sorry, I don't want to pick up the scraps. Like, I don't want that, I'd go for like a 22-year-old, like one that's not been ran through and shit, and one that takes care of her body and didn't trash it in her 20s. And it's not to say I don't love those women or care for them. Like, I want to see them all do good. I want to see them get into families, but I just don't, that's not my lifestyle, And even if they did change, like, I just feel like it's too late at that point, Like, it's one thing if you party a little bit when you're like 21, 22, and then, you're 23 and you want to settle down. Like, that's still pretty young, but like, you got some of these women that are like living it up and then they're like 30, and it's like, what? Like, no, it's too late, man. Like, I'm not trying to start a family with a 30-year-old woman. It's not really what I'm looking for. So, but maybe I'm asking for too much, right? Maybe my standards are too high. I don't know. But if I wasn't locked in and I wasn't doing everything right, I wouldn't be asking for this stuff, If I was at the bars every weekend partying, getting drunk, and like not going to the gym, and I was job hopping, like, and then I was asking for a good woman, I'd have to look in the mirror and be like, what are you doing? But like, bro, like, I'm stable with my job. I own my own house. I go to the gym every week. I want a family. I'm supportive. Like, I don't raise my voice to women. I've never laid a hand on women. Like, so I just don't, I don't know. And I can't seem to find anything, I don't know if I'm the best looking guy, but I don't think I'm like butt ass ugly, So, and it's not just me, man. Like, there's a lot of guys I know that are in the same boat struggling. So I'm kind of speaking for all of us, but it is tough. So, but yeah, this video could probably go on forever, but I really don't want to like keep beating the dead horse. I don't even know how many views this is going to get, but if you guys are still watching, I do really appreciate it. And Yeah, try to keep your heads up and stay positive out there. It sucks, you know, it's hard for all of us, but um yeah. And if you're a young woman, take advantage of your youth right now. Like, find a good guy and try to build with them. Don't wait till it's too late, because they're not going to want you anymore. And you could still get a guy, of course, you know, of course you could get a guy at a younger age, but, or I mean an older age, but it's not going to be the guy that you want. I promise you that. I promise you. Like, there's so many videos of women on TikTok, like, that hit the 30 mark and they're crying alone in their car, talking about how they can't find a good guy anymore. And it's just like, yeah, like, you waited too long. So but to each their own. It's a free country, you know, you can do what you want. So yeah, but yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Keep your heads up, and let me know if you have any ideas in the comments about how to find a partner nowadays. And yeah, I really do appreciate you guys for watching, so thank you. Peace.